Okay, I want to talk a little bit about how to manage your email and some of the ways that I've seen that can help people better sift through their email and label it so that you can more easily find your emails. First thing is, keep in mind the way Google works is all of your email goes in one bucket, and that bucket is called your archive folder. Okay, when you attach a label to that item, that's all you're doing is attaching a label, basically attaching a search term or whatever you want to call it to that particular email. For example, if I go into this first email here, you can see that this label or this email is labeled with inbox, and it's also labeled with internal John Zeller. Now, what I don't want to do is I don't want to have this in my inbox anymore because I want to keep my inbox free for new emails. I don't want to delete this email. So by clicking the X button here on inbox, I haven't deleted it. All I've done is taken the inbox label off of it. So if I come back to my inbox, you can see it's no longer here. However, if I scroll down into my internal to John Zeller, you'll see it's right here. And if I want to make this visible again in my inbox, you go up to your folder view and move it to the inbox again. And what it does is it applies that label. So if I go back to my inbox, there it is. But really what I want to do is I want to create a new label for Roger Ramsey because he's a new vendor of ours for Russ Electric, and I want to put him over here on this side so I can easily get to his items. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom here, and you'll see here's the More tab. You check that and scroll down a little further, and I can create a new label. I'm going to create a new label called Russ Electric, and I'm going to put this under my vendors and create. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my inbox and I'm going to search for Roger Ramsey. And you can see here's several conversations that include Roger Ramsey. As far as lunches, different things along those lines. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check all these because I want to move them into. So I'm going to put this label, and all I have to do up here at the top is type in Roger. I guess I create a new label. Oh, no. I didn't do that. What I was going to do is I was putting that into Russ Electric. So type in Russ, and there it is. Check that. Now all of these items I've added a label to those emails of Russ Electric, and you can see that other labels are on here too. So this one for Crystal, this email will appear in Crystal in internal. It'll also appear in vendors and Russ Electric. If I scroll back down to here in my vendors and I go to Russ Electric, there it is. Now I'm making all my vendors orange, and it's one thing that I haven't done yet is change the color of that. So if I go over here, change the color, and uncheck all these boxes, you'll see vendors Russ Electric is now labeled. Now I don't need this in my inbox anymore, so I'm just going to delete that label, and this conversation will no longer appear in my inbox. Hasn't gone anywhere. Again, it's in my archive, but I can get to it through John Zeller, through here, or if I wanted to, I could search for, let's just say I want to search for this 1200 amp 4-pole. I could type into my email search area 1200A 4-pole, and it's going to bring up all the emails that had that in the subject. You can see right here, or in the email itself, and then here it shows where these emails are. This is in with John, this is with Greg, but these are also in Rust Electric. So there's several different ways that you can label your emails and organize them. Hope this helps.